Okay, guys. What did we do last time? Last time, you guys.
We got to the
That's right.
I
Yeah,
what's it
actually have this.
called?
you
I
met
actually
your
have this written
bugs.
down.
You met your
We
bug
were told.
mounts.
We were told to feed the bugs once a day. Don't click unless you're feeding, and feed them grubs. Their names were 1, 2, 3, and they fucking abandoned us. Then we entreated with.
You abandoned them.
Well, we're more important than they are. Um, then we entreated with some draconic kobolds to get by kind of safely, while Basil and Sword went on a murdering spree on one of them in the back, and then snuck around while making friends with one. Then racism, and then we ended up heading to meet the Draconic Kobold Council at the north tip of the mountain, Koboldstinople.
All right. Yes. Guys are in Koboldstinople.
Blankgold.
Not to be confused with
That was
Kobold,
Cobaldia.
Kobold Sandbowl, which is what it will be in the future.
All right. That's right. You guys traveled with the kobold, the draconic kobold, north around the mountains. Eventually, they asked you. Well, they asked you the entire way to join them to at least go and testify to the council as to what had happened. Walked up a trail, saw some relief carvings of dragons and stuff. I believe Barasada asked a question about them. Got an answer. Continuing on, 2 double doors. I think it was what were the colors? There was a. Were they colored? I don't know. There are 2 dragons on each. There's a dragon on each door. One flying up, one flying down. Went inside, and you found yourself inside a large underground cavern, which has been carved out. The stone, treated and polished. It looked like a proper, not a cavern, but like a cave, an underground tunnel. And eventually, it opened up to a much larger chamber, which pretty much resembles a full-fledged town, but everyone's a kobold. Kobolds, as far as the eye can see. Most of them draconic, as you're led about. Every once in a while, you'll see the odd one out. You'll see a feline kobold. You'll see a merchild. You'll see a couple canine kobolds. And I think at one point, I'll just give this to whoever has the highest perception of all of you. I assume is Elnea.
Yeah, probably. It
Right.
is
What are your
12.
guys' perception scores?
Mine is. Hold on. Gotta find it.
Mine's 10.
Yeah, 12.
11.
And Barry Soda's perception, 76.
9.
Yeah, so I guess it is Elnea. I guessed correctly. As you guys are walking through this place, you're being led by Silas. You'll see, like I said before, kobolds. And you come across like a small sort of market stall, like a row of market stalls. And there are kobolds bartering, trading. a lot of foodstuffs, a lot of crafted wares, a lot of artisan goods. You'll notice a smaller stall, sort of tucked away in the corner. It's like if you took like a stall and then made like a dollhouse version of the stall. It's about that size. And sitting nearby, you'll see a rat.
Disgusting.
A lone rat in the sea of
Fucking
draconic
disgusting.
kobolds.
We are not going near the rat.
I'm going near the rat. I have to see this.
Yeah. Can you also get into Foundry though? Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
You walk up to the stall. You'll see there's this lone rat kobold sitting on top of a small pile of what looks like scraps of cloth and furs that it has made its little chair. And it just sits there, kind of like kicking its feet into the air. It's, very, very slightly lifted off the ground by its little cloth throne.
Hello, are you store owner?
Hello.
What do you sell here?
Things. Goods. What do you need, friend?
What do you have?
Mm-hmm. Tools for the smart. For the daring.
Perfect. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. The rat will leap forward out of its little cloth throne and pull a larger but small piece of cloth, maybe like the size of like a hand towel, off the little market stall it has there, and will reveal just a host of small, tiny little things. Look like tools made for a rat. It is this rat kobold is the size of your average rat.
Wow, this is great.
Little metal bits, little glass baubles. You can't really ascertain what the purpose of any of these things are, but they all look like they're crafted for some sort of function. You just have no idea what they are.
Mind telling me what these do? You are a rat inside a fairly large kobold community.
Mm-hmm. This one shows you food, as it points to the little bauble. This one warns you of rain, as it points to a metal stick with a little wooden disc atop of it. And it just starts to list off a bunch of seemingly innate things, like if you knew better, or if you didn't know better, you would say that this kobold is some sort of magical artificer. Why don't you go ahead and give me
That's
an intelligence
amazing.
check, if you please. You don't have to make the check.
Yes,
You can believe
I
whatever
want
you
to make
want.
the check.
I want to believe.
I want to believe, yes.
You
One
know,
there.
you know that rat kobolds are a particularly interesting race of kobolds. On their own, they're completely harmless. They might as well just be rats. Like your average rat, like if you wake up one day and find there's a rat scurrying across your floor, it could be a regular rat, it could be a kobold. You don't know. You do know that every once in a while, a rat will be special. And they're just not normal at all. And you can point them out usually. And then you also know, which is more commonly known in Madman's Rest, that when enough of these rats get together, usually about 50 or so, they become a dangerous horde because they all just end up becoming vicious, bloodthirsty creatures capable of insane amounts of violence. And they will do whatever they have to carve out their place in the world and increase the swarm's numbers. But this rat, as far as you know, it could be some sort of kobold artificer. These things that it's telling you about all its little wares could be exactly that. They could be real. But they're also rat-sized. To you, if you look to pick up one of these little sticks, it is about the size of a toothpick. Maybe smaller. Where are my dice?
Holy shit. Koluli would love these. They're like tiny fucking souvenirs.
Oh, I know that name.
What, I point to myself, you didn't recognize this?
Hmm.
I flash them the signature smile.
I don't know face. I know name. Big legend.
Have you been to Madman's then?
No. Only Valley. Stay here. No people. Only kobold.
I ask him, how did you become well, I'm gonna use a Arcana check on these magical things to see if they are actually magical.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Actually, do you... I'm not sure if we even implemented that. That's fine. Let's go with what you have now.
Wait, what?
Because I wanted to break Arcana down into... Well, I guess because you are arcane class, so... If these are magical items, they would be either anima, divine, chaos, or arcane. So I'm trying to think, what would this rat's magical class be if it had one? I don't think it really matters at this point.
I mean, I assume with detect magic, you'd at least be able to tell which
With detect
overarching
magic, you would
type
just outright be able to know if they were magical.
Yeah, arcane would like be letting you sense it, right?
Yes, the Arcana check with a specialization arcane, and because you are an arcane class, you just have that specialization. Now, you know what? I will give it to you. There is very faint.
It's in. You have it in red, Hybe, so it is legal.
It is legal. It is very faint, but there are very weak traces of magic floating off of some of these items. But it's like very faint.
Okay. I asked the rat if he belongs to a clutch or a group.
Long ago. Very long. No more.
So we have a talking rat that can make rat-sized artifice. I raise up, I put my hands on my hips, I check my bag. I am Actually, you know what? I still have these from last time. I bring out the dowsing rods. I tell him, these are yours if you join me.
Can you remind me what those did?
They, they're like a GPS.
Yeah, but what was specific to them? I don't remember. That was so long ago. Were we still playing in the Tree of Savior
No,
Discord?
this was Rivers Bend campaign.
Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, I
What?
remember the dowsing rods. Weren't they? What's it called? They showed you what you needed to be doing at the time or something.
Kinda, yeah.
They just gave you like directions if you're confused as to which direction you needed to go.
I think it was like, yeah, like a very vague guidance.
Okay. Hmm.
Here, you can
Alright.
check them yourselves. I put him on the ground, and it's like bigger than the rat.
It's much bigger than the rat. The rat will pick up a single rod. It'll struggle to lift it, and try to it'll try to steady itself. It looks like it's struggling a little bit, and then it gets its hands around the handles proper, and they start to swing around a little
I
bit. Go ahead.
try and help the rat out. So I
Mhm.
show him, was like, well, they won't be able to use two, but let you. So
I see. Where you get this?
my teacher gave it to me.
Hmm.
Kalulu.
Mm-hmm.
They can be your teacher as well. She really likes smart small things.
Student of the legend. And you'll notice that the dowsing rod starts to sway around a little bit, and they start to point directly at you. Ah, tell me, friend, are you a person of power?
I kind of whisper to the little rat. Not not to brag, but kind of. This whole body here is a special thing. Me.
Can I trust you with secret?
I lean in closer. I'm literally on the ground.
Yes, yes. Come closer. Come, look. He'll look around. He'll look left, look right. It stares at a kobold along the way and waits for them to like turn around. And then it reaches underneath its little market stall here. It pulls out a small box. Imagine like a rat. If a rat was holding a rat-sized shoe box for rat shoes, and it doesn't put it on top of the market stall. It leaves it underneath, beside it, and it opens, and you see this little wooden pointy stick with a metal handle in the middle. Can I task you with job of great importance?
Okay.
You see this? This is great artifact. Magnum opus of old chieftain. It exists for one job.
Keep going.
This artifact. And it starts to hush and like leaning closer to you, like it tries to get close to your ear. will lay waste in one blow to any dragon. And then it looks around and like scurries back to the box and shuts it.
I don't even look around. I just respond to him like, so why do you have something that dangerous here? Well, not to anyone else, but this particular community.
I did come here to kill dragon, but people here nice. I hear dragon nice too. I change mind. So now, I wait for someone who can kill other dragon, if dragon need killing. Kind of like, have it and not need it, and need it and not have it. You understand?
I nod my head.
But no one in clan ever see it work. No opportunity. No dragons. Just big horseman. But if you, as person of power, if you come across opportunity to kill dragon, would you do this for me? And maybe bring heart. Not all of it, just some of it. All of it good, some of it okay.
So you just want to see this work?
Mm-hmm.
I like you, Mr. Rat. You think just like me. I would love to see this work too.
Oh, okay. Listen. It goes back to the box and it opens it up. It takes it out slowly as it shows it to you. Stick of great power. Work in one way. You take stick, and it takes the stick in one hand, and it sort of slowly brings it to its finger, and put it between nail and flesh. Dragon dead. And it pokes at the area between its own nail and its skin.
Holy shit. This is cool.
Don't work on them, as he points to the draconic kobolds around. I tried. Don't work. But dragon, real dragon, dead.
I nod my head. I do want to see a splinter do this to a dragon.
Very good. Very good. Here. You give me shiny piece. I give you. And it looks around. Food ball. And stick. Hurry.
I give him the dowsing rods.
Oh. I just wanted a small shiny piece.
Yeah, but I don't think I really need these anymore.
Oh. Okay. Pleasure doing business with you, new friend. As it starts to speak up as if it's trying to get people to hear that this is like a normal transaction that just took place. And it'll hand you the little like glass bead and the little like lead box that carries this little toothpick thing.
Wait, you're telling me this it's a rat-sized lead box?
It is if a rat had shoes, it is a shoe box for rat-sized shoes.
Yeah, but it's a lead box, right?
Yes, it is actually lead. You know this right away. You've seen plenty lead boxes in Kalulu's warehouse.
Holy shit, this is even cooler than I thought.
And that's how Lulu died of lead poisoning.
Oh, what name have you?
Valulu.
Ah, like legend, but different. Okay,
Yeah, like Martin.
when you do the deed, come tell me. Bring heart. You keep rest. Just bring heart.
I nod my head.
They'll start to like fiddle with the dowsing rod.
Oh yeah, I kind of tell him, oh yeah, those are legend mid, so keep them safe.
Of course, new treasure. As it picks it up and stumbles around, and the dowsing rod will swing about a bit, and it'll try to like balance itself as the weight shifts from left to right. Eventually, the rat will sit back down on its little cloth chair, and it'll give you this knowing nod.
I nod back.
All right. You guys continue to get led around by Silas. You'll eventually break away from the large chamber, like the more populated part of this little town here, making towards to a long hallway. And you get led down, and eventually you come to a stop as it breaks into multiple directions. Another kobold comes up, wearing similar sort of regal, noble-ish clothes like the first kobold who opened the door in the previous session. Silas will walk up and speak to them, and he'll look concerned. And he nods his head and he walks off down to the middle hallway. Silas will approach the lot of you. Yes, so, the council will be gathered, and you and I will all speak to what has happened. And then, should things go the right way, you may all leave, and I'm not sure exactly what will happen from there.
Do we need everybody?
And if everybody has information worthy of testimony, that would be very grateful.
It was only UI and Barasada?
Yes, but the other two, they spoke with, what was his name? Merat? Markal.
Fair enough.
If you may, I can lead you to quarters, and you can rest a bit before this council starts.
How long until the council starts? We're kind of on a schedule right now.
It should not be long. It is a matter of great importance. If you want, we can wait in council chambers for them to arrive, and we can get to it as fast as possible.
Is there anything else for us to see?
There is town, if you wish to trade or meet with other kobold. I do not believe there is any of your kind chosen, but there are many kobold from around, here and there.
We'll wait in the council chamber. Faster we get this over with, faster we can leave the goblins.
I understand. I would
Is
not
there
wish
a
to
kobold
intrude.
brothel?
Yes, there is sort of thing here. I'm surprised to know that you have knowledge of such thing, but you are an interesting creature, first of kind. I should say I'm not too surprised. There are no fish, though.
You know, draconic kobold is fine.
Right, of course. The council chamber will be in that direction, as she points down the northwest passage. And if you wish to follow Chosen, I can bring you to where you wish to go.
He's
Hell
not
yeah.
going to one.
I'm following her, not Silas.
Can I just forcefully drag him?
That's up to you.
Fish be getting... You know what? You're getting cock blocked.
No, I'm going to the brothel. I'm already
No,
already headed
No,
towards
you're getting
it.
cock blocked. You're
I'm-
getting fucking cock blocked.
I'm already headed towards the brothel.
Well, Aranea has initiated a grapple check.
What the fuck? What would I roll for grapple?
The initial grapple will be athletics. Or acrobatics. But acrobatics has a minor penalty. There will be no freaky pisking on Draconic Kobold action today. As Aranea
Dude.
grabs you
No
by
distraction.
the nape of the neck and
What
drags
the
you
fuck?
towards the council chamber with everybody else.
We're actually genociding all the knife ears first. Fuck.
As
We will speak to the council.
Basil's dreams
Then-
of Tower Girl style kobold action is quashed.
We will speak to the council first, find out if they can get us travel. If the travel has us waiting for a period of time, you can go to the fucking whorehouse.
You can't even speak to them. You don't speak the language.
I'm speaking to you.
And you think me tell them, oh, knife ear want this, knife ear want that, knife ear.
You tell them, or I will find a skewer and roast you on a pit.
Sure thing, knife ear. Me tell them. Oh, me tell them lots of stuff.
A little preview of a future session right here. You guys make your way towards the council chamber. Basil protesting as he gets dragged along. You guys wait around for a bit. Eventually, a singular kobold walks in. They look old. Quite old. They wear robes, quite regal looking, and they have wings, maybe about twice their, 2 to 3 times their actual height, sort of scrunched up behind them. They walk in and they notice a lot of you, and they walk over to where the row of desks are, and it's sort of like the room itself kind of looks like what you'd expect from a parliamentary government's chamber. rows of chairs where non-council members would gather to listen in, to watch. And then you have like the proper long desk that arches around in a semicircle. She goes and she sits at the head and pulls what looks like a pair of spectacles and takes a ink quill, dips it into an ink pot, writes something down, continues writing for a bit, and stops. She gets up, she walks over to the lot of you. Curious outsiders, I've not seen any of your kind here for quite some time. Even more curious is the pelagic kobold in tow. Where are my manners? And she starts to list off languages in names that you would recognize them as. With her opening up with North Common.
I'll ask her in Draconic where the rest of the council is and what her name is.
Her eyes widen a bit. Obviously, you're used to this already, this look of surprise, but it's then washed away with sort of not not happiness, but like a pleasantry sort of. Oh, you speak the tongue of the Skyborn.
Yes, I was in fact blessed by one of the Skyborn.
I see, you're the one that was mentioned to me by the messenger, the one that Silas has found.
Yes, and I have a note here from Silas and their companion.
Yes.
I'll produce the note that I've broken the wax seal on, but
And she'll take it from you. She'll look over it. She'll pull out those spectacles again. I see. This is troubling news. Surely the rest of the council will be here soon. And if I am correct in understanding that the lot of you had a run-in with these people.
correct. My associates had spoken with them while I helped Silas to sneak around.
Well, I have heard of stranger things in my life. However, a pelagic kobold who has a greater intelligence about him and a mastery of the draconic tongue is quite new to me.
Simply smile at her. I can also read and write. Would you happen to have a printing press?
A printing press?
Something to copy?
I don't believe such technologies exist yet in this world, my friend. Most of our literature is all written by hand, copied one after another. Though that is a novel idea. Producing multiples at one time as opposed to writing them over and over. It has become quite a struggle since moving away from oral tradition. Although, God forbid a wizard ever mass produces its own spellbooks. I believe the Inquisitions might have a point at that point in time. But, I am curious as to why you've all decided to come here, and involve yourself in kobold manners. And she will look at you, Aronea, sort of raising an eyebrow. And she'll repeat herself in North Common. As she had spoken with Basil solely in Draconic.
The others, I was helping them with a task to gain access to weapons and favor with a certain individual not far from here.
So she's spoken North Common,
Yes.
and he's speaking in Draconic still.
Yes.
Yes.
The kobold he rescued said that if he testified and we testified, that you would be able to acquire us transportation, at least closer to our destination.
Oh. Well, that is a possibility if I knew where it is you were going.
We're going to the mountain range northwest of Shamblecourse.
I see. That is quite the task. I assume, and she'll look at Volulu and then Barasada, and back to the two. Does this individual have to do with the witch that runs the human town down south?
Perhaps. I have great need of her assistance.
Wait,
Can
does
I-
the chest have any markings on it, like the Kalulu K or
It
anything?
does not. It is an unmarked metal chest.
So is the dragon lady or the lizard lady talking in Draconic, or
At this point, she's talking in North Common.
I'm just gonna hoist Volulu like underarms and just hold her like a rag doll, as if just take a look for yourself kind of thing.
Oh dear.
I-
She's
I
multiplying.
point to myself.
She does get closer and puts her spectacles on. Well, I never took for her to have children,
And
but
now I'm
the family resemblance is quite striking.
I guess your kind wouldn't really be able to tell. No, this is some sort of fucking
Actually,
alchemic creation.
I don't think Elnea even knows.
I think she would know simply because you're appearing as a human, but you're very like dark related, which shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, but then that's still
She doesn't know
human-ish.
what you are.
She just knows that you're wrong.
You're wrong. Elnea is like, your existence is wrong.
Well, I suppose, should it merit the occasion, getting a lot of you out of here as fast as possible is probably for the best. And you're going past Shambhala Course. Do you know how far?
I think I have a map here that I drew out.
I'll just translate over to Volulu.
No, they're talking to us in North Common.
Do you even speak North Common?
At
Isn't
this
that
point in time, I think Volulu should just know North Common.
Yeah, that works.
yeah? Isn't that like the normal speak?
It's the normal
No,
speak
that's
of the
common,
North.
common.
Oh,
You had a free language anyways, I think, because of
Mhm.
your intelligence. You can just take off whichever one you had and do that instead, and that works.
Well, it is quite some ways away, I suppose. In order to get there, you would need Kainovo's help.
I take it that's the Skyborn.
You've heard of him. I imagine Silas has told you of his existence. The others refer to him as
She'll just give
Kainito.
a nod.
Yes, it is him. He is, eccentric.
Well, sooner we can do that, sooner you can avoid having the fish spread its seed throughout your settlement.
She looks a bit
I'll ask
confused at the
the
thought.
I'll ask the lady. Would you like to read my book? It is the wisdom of the sky serpent that made me this way.
A sky serpent made you this way.
Yes.
Well, you did mention being able to read and write. I would like to see what it is you have worked upon so far. What goes
I'll
on
show her-
in the mind of your kind?
I'll show her my book.
She'll thumb through it.
And like 3 pages are just Garrosh did nothing wrong. Garrosh did nothing wrong.
And the next
That's not true.
other page is just Dragon Cobalt cheeks.
It's like a flip book.
There's no pornography in my book.
Yes, the great, the great, fuck, what's dragon in German? I was gonna make a Mein Kampf joke.
I actually don't know.
Isn't it like just Draken?
Probably not.
Der Kampf der Himmeldrachen.
Yeah, that's actually the Himmeldrachen is actually correct. Heaven Dragon.
She'll thumb through it. You'll hear her mutter some words back and forth. Wanted murder of landwalkers exists in the world of landwalkers and numbers coexisting. Well, this is very pelagic. I will tell you that much. It is, pleasantly, though, and to my dismay, that it is in fact well written. It is unique amongst your kind. You are unique. As she'll hand it back to you.
Oh wait, I look over to the Dragon Lady while I'm being held by Elnea. It's not chicken scratch.
Quite the opposite. It is rather elucidating.
Is he actually in that book? Want to get rid of land dwellers?
I believe you refer to them as
Maybe.
landwalkers.
Yeah.
I'll look over at Volu. Volu and Kululu may be one of the good ones. Me no kill.
I look at her again.
You two get to live.
So
When the time comes,
it's
But I
not
need to-
actually.
I need mana bomb.
when the time
Yes.
comes, what spices do you recommend for fish kobold?
I'll look back at the dragon lady. The knife here is very disrespectful to all kobolds. Very mean to all kobolds.
She'll respond to you in Draconic. As are most of her kind.
This one especially mean. For some reason.
Well, it's not especially. If you've met enough of these, drow, you'll come to find that hatred exists in their hearts for most things that are not themselves. At this point in
I haven't
time,
met any in the Dark Marsh.
you've probably come across a handful. And, like, most of your encounters, they looked at you like, ah, shit. But then, if you didn't show any aggression, they didn't show any aggression, they kind of, and then once that, like, non-aggression pact forms, they get confused, and they kind of just go their own way. It's like, okay, we gotta avoid this thing at all costs. We have no idea what the fuck it's thinking because it didn't charge us immediately.
It has a rabies.
Truly evil kobold.
The problem especially is because she's a daughter of the Hun, so extra hatred for fucking non.
At around that time, some more draconic kobolds will begin to enter the room. You'll hear them muttering to each other in North Common. Well, it looks like we're about to begin our conversation. Feel free to sit in this area over here. And she'll make her way towards the head of the little council desk. Finally, maybe like a dozen more of these kobolds enter the room, most of them looking regal in some form or fashion. But you'll notice that the kobolds that sit at the desk, they all have these sort of fancy robes on. None of them are winged, unlike the kobold you were just speaking to. And then finally, one particularly large draconic kobold enters the room. He's probably like twice the size of these guys. And he carries with him a large, a glaive type weapon, kind of like the big jacked dragonkin from WoW. You know those weapons.
I know which ones you're talking about.
Draconid?
Yeah,
The ones that guard Obsidian Sanctum.
yeah. The big old fancy glaive like that. He's not that big, but he's just twice the size of a normal draconic kobold, which is probably about the size of Erlnea.
Draconid.
He'll step forward to the center of the council desk area, and he'll begin to speak in Draconic. The council is about to begin. All those who are to join, take your seats. The rest of you, silence is gold. Lady Yolana, if you may. The winged kobold, whom you were all speaking to before, sits upright at her desk. People, we have received word that one of the clans has gone rogue and has committed the highest treason to Draconid kind. The room starts to buzz. Now. We do not make such accusations without evidence. And she points to your group, and Silas she rushes into the room at the last minute, looks around, goes and joins the lot of you. Silas here, the would-be firemaker of Clan Colant, has brought word that Garanus has fallen at the hands of Markal, leader of Gorbald. More chatter begins to rush through the room. One of the kobold councilmen stands up at his seat. This is nonsense. Markal will do no such thing. He is of long, royal lineage. What have you? As he points to Silas. Silas will walk forward, and she begins to tell the story of how it all went down. She speaks of, at first there was just a slight tension between her two clans, the clan led by Markal and the clan led by Garanus. And then eventually, a bit of, I don't want to say tension, a scuffle broke out, a skirmish between Garanus Garanus' second command, and then Markal himself. After that, it was calm for a time. About 2 weeks had passed and nothing went awry. Markal even, came into town, did his usual thing. They would trade with the clan, etc., etc. But then she speaks of the day. And according to what you guys can figure out from listening to this, that day was the day you guys passed by. The clan of Markal, the Gorboland clan, came in the midst of the night and laid waste to the town. They spared nobody. They tried to capture a handful of kobold, particularly ones of royal lineage or those who are ready for ascension, such as herself. But it was hopeless. Clan, why do I keep forgetting these clan names? Clan Calant, they had no chance in hell of surviving this. So Garanus wrote that note, gave it to 5 different kobold, told them go 5 different directions, make your way to the council city, give this to the council. Her story ends, and she mentions a lot of you. The council and the few people in the gallery start to chatter amongst themselves. It's a very contentious thing that they're hearing. Jolana, for a second, stands up and lets out a gout of flame from her mouth. The room goes silent. And to back up these claims, she'll point at the lot of you guys. Would any of you like to speak first? As she
I'll
repeats
sit up.
herself in both languages.
I heard someone say they'll set up.
Yeah. I was waiting.
Well, who goes first?
I like the idea of Basil just sitting up and just staying
I
there saying nothing.
assumed I would be told whether or not I'd been allowed to speak. Anyways, I'll look to the council leader and corroborate. I'll tell him, yes, we did in fact find Silas's partner killed and slaughtered, and I've given the note that he intended to pass to you, to the honorable speaker there. And we had to sneak around Markal to even get here to be able to present this information to you. They had cordoned off the entire area, and we killed one of their hunters when he tried to kill Silas.
During your entire speech, at first there's a dead silence, but maybe about 2 minutes in, the room gets loud. Once you finish, one of
I'll
the
present in Draconic as well, just to emphasize the.
once you do in Draconic, again the dead silence. One of the council members stands up. This is nonsense. Who? We are being testified to by a pelagic kobold, one that speaks no matter. Surely this
I
is
am blessed.
trickery.
I'll point at him. No. You keep your mouth shut. I am blessed by the great wind serpent of the sky. Your lord.
Again, the room gets rowdy. This is nonsense. Why would a wind serpent of the sky bless a pelagic kobold of all things to come here and testify against our own kind committing the greatest treachery, greatest heresy that all of us can ever think of.
You misunderstand. This is not my ultimate mission or my ultimate goal. I simply sought to help Silas. I couldn't bear to see a fellow be butchered so easily.
A fellow. What? Do you believe yourselves to be one of us?
No, I am greater. I am special.
Wait, does he say this in Draconic or North Common?
Speaking entirely in Draconic. Fuck you. Stupid knife here.
I was gonna stifle a laugh at it.
The room gets loud again. You have council members shouting at each other at this point in time. You have draconic kobolds sitting in the rafters, also like confused, looking at each other, like having wild conversations, like pointing at this fish kobold that speaks their tongue. Now, as Jolana speaks up, if it will please the council, and she points to one of the members of the council, do you wish to inspect this kobold of magical treacheries? The kobold council member nods his head. He stands up and he walks up to you, Basil. He looks at you, dead in the eye. He's just inspecting your face, and then he walks around you. And you guys can see this. He's just kind of sizing Basil up. And eventually, he sticks out a hand to you, Basil.
Shake his hand.
He still stares at you with this sort of air of scrutiny. And then he asks you a question. From where do you hail, Mister?
A little ways away, on the other side of the mountains, in the dark marsh. I spent my time there before being given my divine purpose.
I see. But you're not from the city of the witch, correct?
No. I passed through there, but I am not. It's not my home.
And you were not from underground, like that one over there, as he points to Aronea.
No. I unfortunately walk the land instead of swim freely in the seas.
I see. Have you ever done battle with the drow before?
No, but after having spoken to this one, that is likely very near in the future.
You hear some chuckles from the crowd. He nods his head and he gives you this sort of like, okay, I understand. Understandable. Are you familiar with the voices of the Dark Ones? Does the name, the Great One or the Flayer ring a bell to you at all?
No, I have never spoken to the Dark Ones.
May I cast a spell upon you? I assure you no harm done.
Go ahead.
He nods. He steps back a bit. He raises his hands and he does his little chant and he points his hands at you at the last second. And you feel awash with a little tingly sensation. What are you thinking at this exact moment?
Basil is thinking about how cool he probably looks speaking to the draconic kobolds. How many cheeked up draconic kobolds he'll probably pull for just how amazing he is and like blessed by the great winged serpent. The image of the sky serpent blessing him and giving him purpose passes through his mind among all the debauchery and other things.
He looks at you with a little bit of surprise. Like, he didn't seem surprised at first when he spoke to you, but now he's like, okay. He puts a hand on your shoulder and gives you a pat. Like, he turns to the council. He's like, this one has a how I say, mind of forest, but he is kin at heart, should I say. I believe there's no treachery here, just a very mysterious circumstance. I believe his was true, as should you. Thank you, Mr. Did you mention your name yet?
In my intro.
Okay.
Basil.
Thank you, Mr. Basil. And he'll go and he'll take his seat. You'll see some of the councilmen kind of like nod in approval. Others look a bit more disheveled at the thought of a Pelagic kobold of all creatures being referred to as one of kin.
Dude, hell yeah.
One of them chuckles at the idea of Pelagic kobolds having the mind of a forest kobold. Jelana will speak up. Thank you, Mr. Basil. Would any of the rest of you, do any of the rest of you have anything you wish to add to this tale?
I think the funny thing is, I don't think Val and Nea really actually do have anything to add.
Nope, not really, because we weren't really there. We were just stuck in a little camp.
No, you were.
And having idle threats made at us.
Yeah, you had your encounter with Markal. If you don't want to add anything, that's fine.
Nah, there's not much of anything that.
What would you like to know about the encounter this one and I had with the kobold?
Mercal.
You two came face to face with Markal.
Yes, they distracted him and spoke to him while Silas and I stuck around.
I see. Can you tell us of his words or intentions? Did anything seem off about him?
He urged us to pass by as quick as we could, with very clear threats being made.
You'll hear some.
Unfortunately, we were in no condition to gut him as we should. But the only thing of note with him is that he had an iron longsword.
You hear some hushed chatter at first, but then you mention gut him, as we should. And then the chatter becomes a bit more loud, angry, even. An iron longsword, you say?
That he presumably killed a paladin for. Which, to his credit, is probably the one good thing he could have done. The next good thing is falling on it.
As you insult Markal, the room gets loud again. Now, people. Can you tell me anything of this sword? Do you remember what it looked like? Its make? Did it seem true to have come from the no scale?
Very Sod is right here, isn't she? Thing.
Bearsod is here. I'm not sure if they're actually here, but Bearsod is here.
There goes throwing the sword that inspected the sword for exposition.
funny for me passed out. That shawarma hitting, bros. Shawarma and
What
CBT.
would I have recognized about the sword, if anything?
Um,
Intelligence check?
yeah. You remember what it looked like, but as for makes and
22
models,
gig.
as if we were talking of cars. Yes.
Basically, it's made of iron.
It was definitely an iron sword. It wasn't very polished. It seemed a little too crude to have come from Seoul. Like, you, as as per your background, you've
Would basically recognize that it's clearly made by a centaur.
most likely, yes. Like, you know what
Yeah.
human swords look like. You've been around the Greythorn enough.
Yeah. And as much as I would like it to have actually come from the south, it far more similarities with the trash made by the horses.
You hear some chatter break out amongst the gallery. You see some of the council members look at each other and sort of like wave hands at each other but not say anything. Were you to see this sword again, or a sword of similar make, would you be able to say with absolute certainty that it matches a
Would I be able to
centaur
say that
sword?
the garbage made by a centaur looks like garbage made by a centaur?
You yourself have never seen a centaur wield a sword. With your time with the Doth,
Because they mostly would like use fucking axes and stuff, wouldn't they?
axes, lances, a maul, maybe, large, crude bows
So
that
in
have a
that
draw
case,
strength too much for
what it
any
would most
normal
likely
creature.
be is if a kobold has a sword, which shows signs of centaur make, but centaur themselves don't make it, then presumably the centaur made the sword for the kobold.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Well, that is quite the accusation. One I am sure has some viability to it. The council members begin to mutter amongst themselves. Jolan will, or Jelana will wave at them a bit, like, pipe down. Could the lot of you step out for a second? The gallery as well. We're going to discuss some things.
Step out.
Alright. You guys step out,
Ah,
as do most of the kobolds in the room.
If things go well after this, you can visit the brothel for 1 hour.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure those people will be very happy. Yes, and I fear say we're retarded, small little creatures. Yes, we give them transport now.
I'm sure that'd go over very well.
You should let me do the talking.
You're very lucky to have lived as long as you have, Fish.
Only Sky Serpent remove me from this world. Only way I can die.
I can think of a few others.
You guys have your little totally friendship chat here. You're definitely comrades in arms. Talk. After a bit, the large draconic kobold will step out. You may all enter once more. And he returns to the room. And when he said those words, he directed them specifically to the four of you.
Enter.
The what's her name? Jelana will direct the four of you to come and stand in the center of that little semicircle table. As the doors close behind you, no one else enters except for the large draconic. As you all line up, Jelana will look at you guys. She'll sort of just cast her gaze off of one of you, then onto the next, and finally with the last. Now, after some discussion, what you have told us, they are a series of circumstances that need to be dealt with. In most cases, should we have some more draconic testimony, we would believe this would be enough to act on alone. However, if we are to act, we would need some more evidence. Now, I will not ask you to do this, or at least I will not force you to do this. Should you wish to leave today or tomorrow and return about your business, it is your decision. However, this is a testy subject amongst my people. Should we send our own kind to investigate what Markal has been accused of doing, and what we believe the dealings he is making, it could lead to a minor upheaval. Already, as I'm sure you've seen, as she'll look to her left and to her right, many of the council here do not know which side to take. Some of them have made their choice already, as she looks at one draconic kobold in particularly the one who was very angry about you speaking Basil, while others are still open to the idea of these possibilities taking place. Now, what I would ask of you, I will not lie, it is dangerous. So, once again, you need not do it. You may leave tonight, tomorrow, or the next day, should you please. But, if you can return to either Clan Calant or Clan Gorbon's lands, find one of these swords and bring them back to us. We would believe your testimony with that evidence to be sufficient enough to make a move against the traitors. And with that, I will beseech Kainovo to take you where it is you need to go.
So if we wanted to transport, we'd need to return and find one of these swords.
Correct. And I could promise you, despite his eccentricity, Kainovo will get you to where you need to go in about a day or two. I'm not sure what your time frame is, but it'll be much faster than moving on land. Your other options would be to attempt to go down the river along Shambal Khors, or make your way along foot, or find some other form of mount. I'm sure none of which are very doable for the four of you at this point in time. I will allow you to
baller for me.
I'll allow you to discuss your plans. Come see me when you are ready for your answer. And with that, she'll pick up a small stone, hit it against the table. This council meeting is over. The one kobold who was pointed out earlier, he looks quite angry. He gets up, his chair kind of flings backwards, and he just leaves the council room immediately. The others linger a little bit, to chat amongst themselves and slowly begin to leave. Yolana, she will leave shortly before most of them filter out.
You know, gonna interrupt her just before she leaves.
Mhm.
We'll deal with your trash problem.
Are you certain?
It would be our best
Yes.
option to get where we need to by the time we need to, and we get to take out the trash.
Well, let us discuss the logistics of this situation.
We go in, we find one with a weapon or weapons. Ideally, we bring you back one alive.
Well, that is quite
And then, like
ambitious,
your
but
kobold that presumably read the thoughts of Basil, likewise can do the same to the captured kobold.
he can indeed. But as for getting to the clan lands, you can either take the mountain path or go back down along the forest way from which you came.
How far away is that?
Not too far, maybe about a day's hike in either direction.
Would it be safe to assume the mountain pass would give us visibility if they're currently entreating with Centaur?
The mountain will be much more suitable if you desire such a vantage point. They might be treacherous in terms of terrain, but they would be better for that situation. If you go along the forest route, there are plenty of things that walk around the forest. Clan Gobalt, especially, that might cause a problem. But as I said, the logistics are up to you.
Balulu, how are you with heights?
Pretty good.
Fish?
No, what? Okay.
No, I'm talking to the fish.
Oh,
Good to know you'd eat fish, though. It's always on the menu so long as Basil is around.
I don't care where we go. Maybe we can use Barasada to find a sword easy.
Maybe if luck is on our side, a weapon more higher quality for your usage. Would it be safe to leave our chest here until we return?
Of course, we could keep anything that you have on you that you do not wish to lose during your travels.
That would be about it.
Well then, we can put you up for the night. We can tend to whatever needs you have. She'll look at you, Aronea, and your wounds, I assume.
That will be fine, and I unfortunately promised the fish that if things went well, please allow it to go to the brothel.
She nods. As long as he has coin and does not act like a proper pelagic kobold during the act, I'm sure they'll be happy to have him.
As a representative of Kalulu, do you have any thoughts on this, Falulu?
nope. I just want to get this package in.
How many days till get package?
I think you guys have a week.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think it's like a week or so. 2 weeks.
Time we have.
We've been gone for like 3 days.
2 days.
Also, we have 5 days.
Yeah, on the first day we left, that's when we got attacked by
Essentially, you need to be here at this cross point in 2 days.
Or kobolds at Seen in the Dark. Would Erlnea know this? Specifically Draconic.
Draconics do have a decent ability to see in the dark, but they do prefer to light things up. It's not a very strong dark sight.
So here's what we'll do. We will set out, we'll wait, we'll rest for a day, and we'll set out so we arrive around dawn or so, the start of day. That way, from the mountain pass, we should have some idea if they're entreating with Centaur, and through light, possibly locate where they are.
I'll shrug. I have no particular preference for how we get there. My only concern is getting the box. Has the speaker lady left us yet, or is she still standing around while we babble at each other?
She'll stick around until you dismiss her as your guys are discussing your plans.
I was just straight up telling her what we're gonna do.
I'll ask her in Draconic. Is there somebody that could help me with my North Common and Gutter? It's not very good.
Oh, plenty of people who I'm sure would be very interested in helping you expand your knowledge. It is one of the greatest pastimes of our kind.
I'm gonna try and improve my North Common while we're here for the night.
All right.
What time is it actually?
The time, it's probably sometime in like the mid-afternoon. Approaching
So I guess
evening.
we'll... And how long will it take us to get there? Through the pass? A few
day.
hours? So day there, day back, that's 2 days. Then we have a day of travel, 3. So we could essentially rest for a full 24 hours and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably the best plan.
Right.
If we encounter whatever its name is, dead or alive,
Preferably alive. If he were to die, we would at the very least require the proof that we ask for. But if he was the wielder of the sword and he were to die, that would be proof enough.
I'm just waiting till we get our lodging.
Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
nope, that's it.
Right. Yep. You guys can take a long rest. If any of you need wounds tended to, you guys will have a Cure Wounds cast upon you.
It's basically just guaranteeing max HP.
What's Cure Wounds? It's a D8, correct?
Cure Wounds is 2d8 plus spellcasting mod.
Oh yeah. Both of you will heal to full. Let's go ahead and take whatever long rest bonuses you guys get.
Have you cast any spells, Hakuku?
Nope.
When the fuck do you even get a long rest then?
You guys get a hit dice back.
Woo!
I have used the hit dice though.
Get your hit dice back. Roll whatever spell slots you need to roll back. Refresh any long or short rest features you have that need to be refreshed. Basil, go ahead and roll an intelligence check for one language.
Boggers.
Declare the language, and I will mark down. I'll mark down your progress.
Yeah. I'm sure the lovely ladies at this kobold brothel will be great at helping me. That, maybe not. Maybe we're a bit too busy.
What did you get? Okay. A critical failure. I think I know what happened there.
Yeah, so roll for his performance. I think that'll tell the story.
What language are you trying to attempt with this intelligence check here?
North Common.
Can you? I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I don't think you should be able to. Let's see. Bigger ownership. All players, none. Good. Just the way it needs to be. Stop. Alright. New journal entry. Player progresses. Cool. What was it A for? Who cares? Alright. You guys do whatever it is you do during this long rest.
It's definitely not learning North Common, I guess. Damn.
Nope. You got access
These
to
boys no speak.
a host of draconic hooers. I don't think you're learning language.
Dude, is Harmu alive, or is he just did he pass out?
You're pretty sure he passed out.
Fucking goddamn it, man.
Assuming that Harmu's okay with it, if you're able to find out afterwards, how about trying to teach him North Common? Or Common.
I'm pretty sure
Something so he can actually communicate with
that was definitely in
Lulu.
his plans. So I'll have him roll an intelligence check for that next time. Let me actually put that in my journal just so I know. Barisada. Barisada language. Question marks. Progress. There. And when Harmu lives once more, he'll roll for that. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was definitely a thing that he's mentioned in game or out of game, one of the two. Okay. So, I guess at this point, I should ask, do you guys want to continue with Harmu AWOL? I'm okay either way.
I assume we won't get to combat. So it should be fine.
I assume he'd want to do things in town, though, but I guess... That's my only concern, is that if there's stuff you wanted to do here.
I
Let's see.
assume we would be inspecting weapons and figuring out things about the subject,
Biting swords.
which should be possible to just cover at the start of the session and when we get back, assuming that there's some downtime before we go out to get our travel.
Okay.
Assuming we don't TPK by falling down a mountain.
Quite the possibility. As it is, it was almost a TPK when I opened up the mission. If as
A
Kesis got
lovely
here a little too slow.
15. Insane hit roll, insane damage roll.
Yep, but it was fine. There were no rabbits involved, so you guys lived.
Fucking rabbits, man. Scariest thing in the world.
The Rabbit Legion. All right. Next day.
Would we also be able to get some sort of like potion of some kind for healing from them, just in case?
A potion of healing of some kind. Yeah, sure. Silas will meet you guys by the gates of Koboldstonople with a small bag. Hey, before you go, this is for you to hopefully keep safe in travel. She'll hand you a bag and she'll open it. She'll show it off. There are 4 potions of minor natural healing.
Yogi doogie.
There is a cloak. There are 2 cloaks. One of them is stone colored. The other one is white. And then a box of tinder, some oil, and some torches.
Do not hand the torches and oil to Aronea.
Don't worry, there are no
A past
spices
life-
that go with fish.
A past life might have tried to burn a stone building down.
Yeah,
Lulu doesn't have a cloak, does she?
a very well thought out plan. I don't know. Ask Lulu.
No
I mean,
cloak.
Valulu. Sorry, not Valulu.
No capelet either.
We're not too fond of them capelets here.
I'm assuming they were non-magical cloaks.
Non-magical.
I would like the stone looking one.
Okay.
I was thinking it would be more cute to give Valulu the white one, and then give Barry Saw to the stone one. That way, your cloaks sort of match each other's hair color.
Twinsies.
Exactly.
Fine, I'll take the white one.
Yep. It's a kind of kobold size, so it doesn't really cover all of you, but
So is it a capelet?
it's not quite capelet. It maybe goes down to like your upper thigh.
Have you ever played World of Warcraft?
Not too much.
Okay, so you've got like 3 cape lanes. You've got like ones that go to like your feet. You got the ones that go to your ass, and then you got the ones that go to your shoulders. You got the ass lane.
Nice.
So it's more like a Red Riding Hood kind of shit size.
Oh,
All right. And then you guys head off.
yeah.
Silas will lead
Oh,
you
yeah, dude.
part of the way towards the mountain pass. She will sort of babble along the way of what you might see, the dangers of the area, most of those dangers being the terrain itself. During this time of year, you might have come across the occasional harpy, or shoot, I keep forgetting the other bird creature.
Oh god, I remember asking you about it.
Yes, what is its name?
Fuck, what was it? I remember reading it somewhere.
It was like an Avernex or something. No.
It's on the kobold sheet.
My not Aarakocra.
Avaric.
Avaric, there we go. That's close. The occasional Avaric. Though they don't. But the two species don't normally breed at this time. Usually their young are hatching around this time. So there might be some hungry human-ish bird things around here.
Human-ish birds.
Human-ish.
Yeah.
But harpies will flee if you show a force, and Avernick will refuse to attack if you are in good enough numbers. 4 of you scare off a couple Avernick. If it's a whole gaggle of Avernick, use the cloaks to blend in. They don't have very good eyesight, despite being bird creatures.
Oh no, they're half deer.
If I flash a light in front of them, would they just freeze up?
Yo, new XP farm just chopped. Flashlight kill bird.
Use flashlight on them.
We
They
are
drop
not
out of the
XP
sky.
abusing.
Bring all your flash bugs.
Oh my god. Fucking Rathalos. Goddamn.
Well, as long as it's not a Seregios. A tempered Seregios.
Fuck that retarded bird, man.
You haven't even fought the real Seregios, Carmen. You don't know what it's like.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, but you should.
I think I'm fine. I'll eventually get wild.
Kind of wish Seregios was in World now. That the Wilds version of him is so good. But Silas will eventually stop at like a rope bridge, a nice little kobold-sized rope bridge, which should be fine for 3 of you. One of you might have a little difficulty holding on to both the rope and having like a nice stable stance as you cross it.
Wait, which one is that? Oh.
The
How the
person,
fuck am I the tallest one?
The person who isn't 3 feet tall.
How am I the tallest person?
You're both the tallest person and the most
Absolutely.
normal person.
Normal? What the fuck?
The person with the most strife-ridden angst-filled background is the most normal character in this group. Though I guess for now, Barasada's kind of normal. Who knows what'll happen later?
I don't think you could say a literal sword is normal.
I mean,
Like,
with
you
the
think
way you guys
Barasada's a
behave,
sword buddy.
you have let's see, the former wandering monk
Okay.
terrorist, who's now a
Yeah, you know, they actually are
slime
probably the most
girl.
normal thinking about it.
You have schizo, wannabe terrorist, fishman. The sword doesn't really know what
Hey,
its
to
purpose
be
is.
clear, it's not wannabe terrorist. It's terrorist in training.
True.
Now here's the thing: it's casual terrorist, and then meeting a competitive terrorist.
Well, it's more meeting a competitive racist.
Well, I guess in that group, there's 2 competitive racists. Which, honestly, is kind of normal for this world. Racism.
Fantasy racism, not real racism.
Real.
Yeah, we only in in D&D, dude. There's nothing else like silly.
Don't don't ask the fish supremacist what his girlfriend is.
It's the chronic kobold.
And you guys are off. You're heading down the mountain path, which is at first seemingly fine. It seems like a regular old hike until you start getting to some more steep cliffs and narrow trails. They don't look like they're fit for anything but a draconic kobold at this point in time. Maybe a rat. Definitely a rat. Dog could probably cross this really easily. A goat beastling that was never brought into fruition. Honestly, probably can walk this pretty fairly. But for you guys, it's a bit much. Everybody give me a dexterity check or a strength check.
Dexterity check or strength.
Mm-hmm.
Dexterity or strength. Let's have a look. Holy, that's not what I expected.
Barely.
Good enough.
You know, Hype, since guidance is kind of cringe, do you mind if I actually just nuke that cantrip?
Go for it. What's a proper song for this? I need to re-download some music.
Wait, we're involving stairs, right? Stairs of sort.
Kind of.
I have the perfect song.
Yeah, you guys have not a lot of trouble making your way through these steep cliffs, tight trails, whatever other dangers you might come across hiking along the mountains that, you know, would normally claim people who aren't fit for this business. At one point, once the sun gets to its highest point, you will see off in the distance the beating of wings. You peer closer. They don't look like they're flying in your direction. They look like a regular bird. You don't worry too much about it.
Not again. I remember the griffins. I remember that.
As you do some more hiking, you'll get yourself a little clearing as a small stream pours down from up top of the mountain. Its ice caps now beginning to wear thin. You could stop, pause for a break, get some water, splash the sweat off your brow. Those of you who do sweat, which is probably just the sword, not the sword, the drow. And you guys
I
continue.
will make note of the ice melting. This is giving me an idea.
Okay.
They're gonna melt the ice caps and flood the planet.
What the fuck? Who said that?
Another 2 hours into your trek. Everybody give me a perception check.
Perception whiz.
Perception.
Damn.
What's my perception there?
Well,
We fucking perceiving.
these rolls are not boding well for any combat coming up, if any.
No, we just have to get rid of all the bad rolls.
Yes, and I'm getting rid of all your good ones.
Rare surprise round for us.
At this point in time, as you make your way away from this clearing, as the trails start to get a little bit wider, a little bit flatter in this particular area of the mountains, a creature sort of perches itself up on top of not a entire tree, but just like a large branch, a large stump, a trunk jutting out of the mountain and finding itself some earth, some dirt earth to grow from. And you see what looks like a whelp, a draconic whelp.
Kobold?
Not a kobold. A whelpling, a dragon whelpling, skyborn.
I'll go up and talk to him.
You approach the tree. It's quite high up, maybe like 30 feet, but it looks down at the lot of you with curiosity in its eyes, and it sees you approach.
Hello, Sky Child.
It responds back with a sort of screech. Not an aggressive one, but more like a cat meowing out to a person passing by. It crooks its head.
Let's see. Can you fly? What have you seen of the area?
It crooks its head in the other direction, and it sort of lifts up off the tree branch and flutters shakily down towards you. It lands. As it stands, it's probably about your height, and it looks at you a bit
God
more,
damn.
then kind of nudges you with its snout, like a bird pecking at a person's foot. And it gives you just another "Arr."
I'll pat the whelp's head. My compatriots and I seek to descend this mountain and have been on the lookout for harpies, among other creatures.
Give me a wisdom or insight check, Basil.
Let's have a look. I'll roll whiz. I'm not sure if he understands. He has the intelligence yet to understand what I'm telling him.
As you say that, it kind of spreads its wings up, out, and like hops back a bit from you, and then sort of circumvents you and starts to hop on its way. When that happens, you'll notice that there are a few scratches on its back. And now it's not flying away, but it's sort of running away.
I was attacked by a harpy? Which direction is it running? Up or down the mountain?
It is running the way you guys came.
I'll rejoin my compatriots and trouble ahead. Little whelp attacked by harpies.
Well, let's get them by surprise and... I've never... Are harpies edible? I guess we'll find out.
Probably tastes like chicken.
That's what I was thinking. Have you ever had pigeon?
Nope.
I'm wondering if it would be more like pigeon.
Do we one engage in combat without her move?
That's that's specifically why we're going to see if we can catch them by surprise, so we can get a count on their numbers, so we can make that decision if needed.
All right. Do you guys continue on your path?
Yeah.
But we're gonna just try to keep an eye, and if possible, catch whatever's on the trail by surprise.
All right. You guys continue on down your path. It feels like, for the most part, that the dangerous part of the hike is over. Most of the trail now is pretty safe. Anyone can walk this path and not worry too much. There might be a little shaky part of the path here and there that might, like, oh, there used to be a piece of stone here, and now it's, part of the mountains down below. But, a simple hop over that, like a 1 foot hop, you're fine. You keep making your way. You go around a turn. It gets a little more woody in these mountains here, and they peter out again. And that's when you see a smaller clearing. And you'll see harpies. About a dozen of them.
Ooh! Oh, hell no!
Make me some wisdom checks. Or perception.
Wisdom.
Mine's just perception.
Okay. You don't need to roll anymore then. And as you scan the area ahead of you, you'll notice that, yeah, there's about a dozen harpies. They're not very large. They're maybe a little bit smaller than Volulu, but their wingspans are somewhat great. And as you look around, they're quite active. And Basil, you'll notice almost immediately that there's the ever so present scent of blood that sort of blows past you when the winds pick up. Aranea, you'll notice. And I guess the wisdom checkers will notice as well. These harpies, they're not just faffing about. There's bodies around here. A decent amount of corpses. And Aranea, as you peer past the birds and their prey, it looks like this area was once a town, a village. There are some buildings here, hastily put together. Not hastily, shoddily put together. Look like they're made out of wood, straw, some small stone hovels. Some of them destroyed. You'll see signs of burning at one point in time. And these harpies are kind of just going around rooting through bodies.
What species do the bodies look?
Kobold. Draconic.
Now, looking at it, are there any signs of a struggle that would be that the harpies are simply here as scavengers rather than that the harpies are the ones that caused it?
What is Aronea's experience with harpies in her past?
That is a good question, because I assume harpies would be more limited to like the northwestern most areas, wouldn't they?
Erlne is in fact a harpy herself.
Holy shit, I got wings.
You might find a harpy every once in a while in Seoul, mostly in mountainous areas. But once you go north, there's a lot more in the mountainous areas, and then, in the hilly areas, you'll find some more there too. And in dense forest.
I mean, I would assume it's more. She doesn't deal with them much herself because they're kind of like literally beneath her kind of thing.
Yeah, if we're a daughter of the hunt, harpies are nothing. Those are harpies are
Not
soap
only that, but
operas.
like for war cleric especially.
Yeah, you exist to kill Centaur, Minotaur, and Knoll. Mostly Centaur, Minotaur. Knoll are kind of just like they're there, so I gotta kill them. Go ahead and give me a history check.
For a second, I almost thought I had history, which would have been crazy.
The harpies aren't in our way on our way down, right?
If you want to continue
Or
on the
do
trail,
we-
you got to pass through this little area infested with harpy.
What is our immediate terrain like? Are we kind of like is there an overhang near us where they wouldn't be able to get to us from above as well?
First let me give you a little dump. So, you know of harpies, you know of their existence, but as you said before, as a war cleric and as a doth, you don't deal with them too much. They're beneath your station. You deal with the big things, right? The big three, but preferably just two of them. But you've heard talks of harpies from your sisters. You'll know that they do like to scavenge. They prefer to not engage in hostilities that are dangerous to them. But from time to time, they will group up and they will attack a settlement if they really need to. From what you can tell, this is mostly scavenging. And as for that, with your previous perception check, there's not really an overhang, but you feel like if you can circumvent the village slightly on a more dangerous trail. Why don't you give me an intelligence check this time. Alright. Never mind.
Do you want to try to go around them, Lulu, or do you want to see if we can scare them off? Worst case, we might have to rip one or two of them in half to make a display to scare them off.
We can try and scare them. What are we gonna do about it?
What kind of magic do you have?
We just gotta scare them, right?
And these are harpies, so it's more display of strength, right?
So if I use, let's
Correct.
say, like if I use thunderous applause, would it would it be that?
Thunderous applause. Is that a spell from your book?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a Kelly spell.
Thunderous, what?
You know what? I don't want to burn your spell slots just in case because we might need them.
It would kill everything around here.
We go around.
It looks more like they're scavenging. We might be able to just scare them off.
Bird creatures. I don't think they scare very easily. You think they scare easy?
Yep.
From what I remember.
It's worth a try. Maybe. What's the plan?
I'm more concerned that if they see you, they might equate you to prey with this. So we might want to have you hang back just for a second. But if things don't go well, well, you're going to have some fun.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
I'm letting them
what
take
is
the
the
lead.
closest one?
There's
So do we just have to scare them, right?
Yes.
there's no singular harpy close to you guys. They're all kind of in small groups. There is one harpy that's sort of in the middle of like the pile of dead kobolds that are being stripped of their unedibles.
Dead kobold storage.
Yeah, I don't want to try to sneak up on one because noisy gives me what, disadvantage?
Yes.
I'm not passing with a +4. Are any of them within 60 feet?
Definitely.
How risky would the path to get around them being?
Pretty risky.
Actually, wait,
Without proper climbing gear, like ropes and pittons, you guys might end up having to make a new character.
Hell yeah, dude.
New character, Kino.
I don't know what it
worst
means.
case, we may need to get you to cast a spell, but for now, I'm just going to point at one that's sort of off by itself and just TTD it. So let's just hit with the toll from a distance. Bit of a surprise toll.
All right. What's your DC?
My DC, did I even set this up? I did. DC 12. I don't think it actually matters if it hits or not here because it's going to make the noise regardless.
You'll see your spell go off and you'll hear the toll of the bell.
Oh, I'm not going to hear it. It's only within 10 feet of the target.
It will hear the toll of the bell, as will the harpies nearby it. It looks around, it sees you, and it lets out a screech as this somewhat skinny but normalish looking humanoid bird creature with bird's arms, bird's legs, the human female body looks in your direction and lets out a monstrous howl as all the harpies now are looking your guys' direction. Would you like to make me initiative checks?
Oh no!
I mean, there was really no way around it for us.
Hermu's not even here. It's fucking up,
Damn.
dude.
Oh, Baloo is about to fucking Baloo screw them.
Now, would you like these 12 to go in groups of 3 or 4?
Let's do groups of 3.
Okay.
Could they just kill me quickly and not make me suffer? Yeah, you know, honestly, just throw me off the mountain, man. Just fucking sand my shit. There's gonna be no high rolls here. We've entered combat. All the rolls are gone.
Valulu, it's
Yep.
your time to act.
Okay.
Actually, wait, shouldn't he get to act twice, since it should technically no, because he wouldn't have acted at the same time. I was thinking of trying to argue for him to have a surprise. I believe in you, Valulu.
Okay. I am. Yeah. Wait. Do we have? Okay. I don't see anything from our map.
Want to move to the whiteboard? I can move us to the whiteboard.
Sure.
Wait,
It's more of a gray board.
gather you guys. Then I'll draw us a shitty little zone. Let's see, you guys just came down this trail here.
What did they roll in their wisdom, by the way?
They rolled 18 on the die.
Damn.
You got this little clearing. You have the dangerous path along this route, alongside the other side of the mountain here. Huts, hovels. You got a small cave like here. Huts.
See, my concern for the dangerous path was
Bubbles.
actually Barry Soda.
And then you have this little kobold body pile. And then let's just drag some beastly creature tokens. Is that 4, 4, 4? So you have this group over here dealing with a body. You have these groups over here rooting through these buildings. One of them's just perched on the building watching. You have these two over here looking like they're just chatting. You have this one who is slightly larger than the rest. How do I drag this thing bigger? Now, pretend this one. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll mark it somehow.
You can probably put a status marker on it.
Yeah, pretend this one is not paralyzed, but bigger. Well, then you should have attacked one of these ones. Alright. It is your turn to act, Valulu. As they're all... They all now know what is happening.
Okay. I am gonna. I'm the first one, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then thunderous applause.
All right. So, for those of you at home and here at the table who have no idea what this is, you create a loud, booming, bright fireworks display that can be heard from up to a mile away. The effect takes place in a line perpendicular to you in length of your choosing, with a minimum length of 10 feet to a maximum of 50. All creatures within 5 feet of the line, excluding yourself, must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failure, all affected creatures suffer 1 thunder damage and are dazzled, causing them to suffer a -1 penalty to all their rolls and their AC for 1d4 rounds. On success, they take only 1 thunder damage. When the area is only up to 10 or 15 feet, all creatures within the affected area take 1d4 damage up to 2d4 times.
So perpendicular, right? That means just an area around me.
Yep. Any line shooting off of you, essentially.
Oh. Would I be able to change my course? I was
Change your-
here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Like that?
Yeah.
Alright, what's your DC?
What would I use?
This will
Oh,
be your...
my spell DC, right?
Yes.
Spell DC would be
What's 16? It should be under the magic section.
oh.
They all fail. Don't worry.
And you could technically do a very funny. You said it's a line, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're all within 5 feet of the line, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say because there's the whole funny thing where technically you can actually launch a line on the intersecting line.
Well, Valulu wants the damage component to be maximized, so this group here is going to get hit by 1d4 damage 2d4 times. So why don't you roll your damage and then roll how many times you take? Or no, roll 2d4 and then roll a d4 for how many dice get counted in that.
Big number.
Hold on. I'm trying to find my the list here. Like a 1d4, right?
Just roll 2d4 first.
2d4s.
Okay, roll 8d4.
1d4?
8d4.
8d4?
Yes, because they take 1d4 damage 2d4 times. So they're taking 1d4 damage 8 times. So roll 8d4. Surprisingly low. But
Holy
it doesn't
shit,
matter.
that's a lot of ones.
Yeah, holy
That is
crap.
Extremely unlucky. Holy shit.
But you guys witness this explosion of fire and sparks, and the smell of gunpowder wafts out of this area as just this little line of Greek candles emits from the out front of Valulu, and they tear through these harpies, who, once the sound and shock of it wear off, their once upright positions, looking ready to tear apart this approaching child, they're now mincemeat splattered across the ground because they all have sub 8 HP. And oh yeah, the rest of the harpies, they don't even think twice about this. They all just disappear. They all take flight. These ones fly out this direction. These ones fly out further this way. These ones fly out this way. These ones are all dead. This one kind of just perches atop the little hill of corpses here and looks at you inquisitively. It bows its head towards you, extending
And
its
then-
wings.
Nice.
And
And then my thunderous applause, I curtsy.
Before Aeronea, who will be acting next, Valulu, you hear some words whispered off into your direction by this harpy over here.
Yeah.
What brings you here, child? Why have you slain my clutch?
We are on the way to make a deal with the horsemen. And we really do not have time right now. I am sorry about your clutch. But they mean mug to me.
Well, if hostilities need not arise, then I shall bring no harm to you. You've merely displayed to me that those ones were weak. She'll look in the direction of the other three. I take it they are with you. Are they as
Yes.
powerful as you are?
Pretty sure they are very powerful.
I see. She'll flap her wings up and fly towards you, Balulu.
Yeah.
She looks at you square in the eyes. And this harpy noticeably is much larger than the rest of these. If these harpies were all maybe about 4 feet tall, wingspan 8 to 9 feet, this one is probably more like
Probably towers over me.
yeah, she's more like somewhere between 5 or 6 feet.
Damn.
As she takes the veil on her face and moves it aside and looks at you a bit closer, sort of sniffs around you. You are a strange one. You do not belong here, but you definitely wield power worthy of the North. What is your name?
I try and do my Ojo laugh. Oh, it's Valulu.
Valulu.
You might have heard of my master.
Everything's a fucking advertisement.
It is.
An uncivilized creature getting adverts.
Pulls out a business card.
Would you like to buy weapons of mass destruction?
Basil's ears
Okay.
burn at the thought.
Is like, I have a happy customer right behind us. No, it's
Do
like
I
it's
hear
like,
any of this?
The Lulu is a sham wow salesman for Kalulu's TV, as seen on TV.
ShamWow, Slapchop, Tybo.
You're gonna love my nuts.
Flex Seal.
That's a lot of
Oxycane.
damage.
That's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's a lot.
Hi, Billy Kalulu here.
Slap it on. That's a lot of damage.
You may call me Len. Now, if you are merely passing through, I will allow you to go. You come back this way. My brood will not intrude. So long as you pay us the same kind. She'll hop back. She'll give you another one of those bows that she did before.
I bow back.
And once you do, she'll come back here and she'll continue to strip the unedibles off of these draconic kobold.
To be fair, she did just leave your attack range. You could do something funny.
Do you do something funny?
No, they are very civilized, even though I wasn't very civilized with my ways. But I wanted to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's the first time I got to see this spell happen, so. Alright. You guys continue.
What?
Do you guys continue?
Well,
through? Or
it was said that
Well, there is one problem.
the
though.
harpies needed to be shown power.
There is one problem, though. We don't really know. I mean, we can't really trust a harpy. Can we?
do you want to fight this harpy who's obviously bigger and stronger than the rest of these harpies?
Do we want to?
Nope.
Do we want to kill
No.
a harpy matriarch and prevent harpies?
Oh,
I want
hold
to get
on.
down the mountain.
Are harpies creatures with souls?
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh my
I
god.
take out Kelly.
Okay. Yeah.
I talk to my book like a schizo. I have more.
You get. She replies with one of those equal D. As you'll see, a little tally mark pop up. And then she'll write, one more and your debt is clear. And then you can get me more souls.
Nice.
Well, since I'm up here with Basil, do you want to?
What? I want to-
Make use of your toy?
What toy?
Your maul?
No. I want to deliver box so I can get that big bomb spell. I need that.
Oh yeah, because Basil's just saw the big bomb spell.
How close, actually? How far into our travel is this?
You've burned most of your daylight. You feel like you might have 2 or 3 more hours left. You should be there soon.
Okay, in that case, did you see what killed these kobolds?
Be the harpies.
Tall one? Yes. These kobolds fought amongst themselves. The winners have left, and they left behind these treats for us.
Which way did they go, the winners?
She points her wing down south. Along that trail, you'll find another village. It's larger. There's many more of them. I do not know too much about their kind, but if they keep this up, they might be a good supply of food. I would be careful, though. There are some large bugs prowling about.
I look to the harpy. If you hear another loud boom, there will be lots of food.
And if I were to find that food, I will thank Lady Volulu.
It is all yours. I give them a bow.
She bows back.
Did they have any weapons?
I look at Erlne, I'm like, these are literal kobolds. The fuck do you want toothpicks for?
No. I'll join my.
And then, no,
It's-
no, it's like it's like Volulu's like, I have a cool toothpick. You don't want
Because-
these toothpicks.
This one clearly has a mind of some sort. If they saw that the kobolds had weapons of, example, iron, it would be quite useful for us to know.
It would maybe help our quest.
Of
It
course,
If they
speeds
have
up
the same weapons.
considerably.
the kobolds had weapons. The iron of which you speak is like what the other kind, the humans, wield. But of a darker color.
The attackers in this village had none.
The kobolds of this village, they do not have such things. They use the brightly colored metals. I do not know the words for them.
And of the village to the south. Did they?
They had a mix of the bright and the dark.
Well, Basil, we might be able to make this trip short. And Elnea will just walk off.
But is this the kobold land that they wanted us to visit? I don't think it is. I think we still have
If
to
the
go
weapons
to
match
Markal,
what we're looking for, then that's what matters.
but we have to find Markal, I thought. Or just
They want
any.
proof of the weapon primarily. Anything else is a bonus. Faster we do this, faster you get your bomb or whatever it is you want.
Any mana bombs. But also, new idea.
I'd like to imagine that he says new idea and he really does just pause.
No idea. As he stares off into the distance, a grin slowly forming in his face.
Chuckle to myself as I think about melting the ice caps.
Alright. Do you guys continue along the path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to decide if we should continue on and just like get to a point where we're done with like doing what we need to for the kobolds, or if we should wait on our move and call it a little early.
Well, we don't have too much time left. Alright. Back to the world map with you. Okay. You guys should be switching over soon. I don't know what it looks like on your side.
89.
Loading world map.
Good. Good. That's what I want. I want the world map to be loading, not to be loaded. Well, it'll get there
98.
eventually. You guys continue to march down the path. It narrows up a bit, and then it widens some more. Eventually, you'll find yourself having to cross this time, instead of a rope bridge, a proper bridge. Looks very sturdy, looks
No.
well maintained. You cross the bridge and you come along a fork in your route, in the path. One leads straight, the other one heads a little bit up the mountain.
You think path up will lead to that other town?
me inspect the trail to see if there's any footprints of any kind. Well, yeah, footprints.
Yeah, hey, make me a survival check.
I ain't making shit.
You ain't making shit. The ground here is pretty sturdy. There's some dirt here and there, but it's mostly rocky terrain. You can't figure out if anyone's walked past here.
Well, you know what? We'll leave it up to Sith, and I'll just flip a coin.
Paths that go up probably go to village. Paths that go down probably just keep going down.
Heads up, tails down.
I assume one is
We're
heads.
going up. Yeah.
Alright. You guys take the higher route. It gets a little steep, but it levels out eventually. It's not too much of a hike, not too taxing. Though I guess at this point in time, I'll ask everyone to make me a constitution check. Don't worry if you fail.
Oh no.
It's not that big a deal.
It's a big deal.
Basil, Aelnea, you're used to this physical work. You're strong creatures who do strong things. But Lulu, your slime legs are starting to feel like jelly. A little bit. It's a bit much. You're used to walking flat ground or taking a cart and then causing some sort of godforsaken chaos in some region of the map, permanently altering the future in some direction. It's getting a little too much for you. You might be sweating a little slime.
Too much pulley pork.
You'll get there. As you make your way up this little winding path that leads up the mountain a little bit higher, it stops at a cliff. You didn't cross a village, you didn't enter a village, but you see quite well from where you're standing at your little vantage point that there is a village, maybe about half a mile away. You look around and you see there's a small trail that leads down. It'd be pretty difficult to get back up if you go down that trail, but that trail leads into the village. And from where you're standing, you see an active village of kobold. Everyone make me a wisdom or perception check.
Whiz.
I'm not making shit.
Oh, wisdom, right?
Or perception. But I assume that
Wisdom,
money is
so
wisdom.
minus. Yeah, no, I put intelligence. Wisdom is 15, so just minus 15.
Yeah, you guys both pass with fine colors.
Or minus 5. Yeah.
Yep. You see a village active with kobold. They seem to be dragging things to and from, dropping down crude crates here and there. There is one kobold who is very obvious, Markal, walking about, overseeing the functions of this town. And there's a larger cloaked figure hanging out besides Markal as he walks about. They seem to be having a casual conversation as Markal does his rounds. Valulu, because your check is so high, you'll notice that not all of these kobold look like they belong here or are willing or happy to doing what they're doing. They are in rags, some of them completely naked, and they're all doing some sort of laborious task.
Slave kobolds?
They be called slowbolds?
Low bulbs.
You two speak to McCall before, correct?
Correct.
Maybe he not suspicious. You two come back through. Say you got lost in mountain.
Would Valulu and Basil have pointed him out?
Yeah, we were with them for like a couple minutes before you guys came in.
Well, Valulu would recognize him. As a matter of pointing them out, that's up to Valulu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm asking if you two would point it out.
Oh, yeah. Since I was the first one to notice, I'm pointing them out. That one, that one, that one.
What I want to know is the hooded figure, how many legs?
I am gonna look again.
You want to make
Do
me a
I
perception
roll?
check?
Yeah.
I assume since it's been pointed out, I probably could too.
You probably can now. Two
Okay.
legs.
But they're taller than the kobold.
Much
so
taller.
I haven't seen this one.
We stood next to him. How tall of a kobold was he?
Average
Older than
draconic
Valulu.
kobold height. They don't seem to really vary in size all that much. The only one that seemed to be different in size was that big beefy boy back in the council chamber.
Now, how much taller is this hooded figure?
The size difference is like you and Valulu.
So it's a human.
Give me an intelligence check, Ironea.
That wouldn't be a human because a human would be a bigger difference.
You scratch your head. You can't figure this out. You're expecting maybe this was a centaur, but there's only 2 legs, as far as you can tell.
2 legs doesn't. It has 2 legs. It's not tall.
It's tall.
She doesn't care. No, it's not tall. Like it's not a
It's
minotaur.
not tall. It's not tall compared to you.
To her, there's 4 legs, 8 legs. Wait, how many legs does a Drider have? 6 legs plus 2 arms?
Yes.
So it doesn't have 4 legs, it doesn't have 6 legs, and although it has 2 legs, it's not 2 legs and tall as shit. Well, shall we go interrupt them?
Do you think friend of Mercall get mad you show up? Or do you think you can talk to Mercall and not have trouble? Because if I go, he might get mad. He might not like.
You hang back, we'll play it out. We'll simply say... You know what? We'll tell them that the kobolds want us to bring him back. But I'm a drow. I'll just say that I agreed and left. Because it's more fun to see
No.
what he would do.
Telling him kobolds don't evil, bad idea. Because if he know, then he start planning. Maybe not believe you. We need to get weapon. And then leave.
So what we do, we tell him that we met with them to try to get travel. They said no. They said to get him. Well, I'll say I didn't enjoy their tone.
Stupid
and-
idea.
Speaking with him was much more pleasant. So we warned
Giving
him.
kobold
and
head.
she'll do air quotes.
It's a bad idea. You're giving... No.
We're lying to him.
You think he not realize? You think he'd be like, oh yes, knife ear very nice. I'm sure dark skinned knife ear always nice and smart.
I was courteous enough with him.
I don't think he'll buy it. Malulu, what do you do? What do you think we should do?
Me? Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I raise my hands up and I show my palms. I'm like, boom.
Mm. Does any building look in particular like an armory, or like there would be like storage? Can I see that from where we're at, or are we still too far away?
I would say, you know what? Let's go back to the whiteboard. So, from where you guys are, let's move you guys up some. Get out of my way. How do these Mjolnirs keep showing up? Who does this? Who's
Who would
doing
do
this?
that? Who would do that?
So, you guys have this nice little vantage point up here. From the trail that came down this way. About half a mile out, much lower in the terrain, you have this large, sort of rocky clearing. There's a little bit of vegetation. And then you have this path along a cliff. It goes down in this direction and goes somewhat into the village around here. It widens out a lot more as it gets closer to the village. And then you have a sheer drop in this direction. And then some more stone, and you'll see the other trail that you didn't take came around like this. From what you see, there is a sort of like a pyre to start a fire in the center of this area, or like a stone pit that a pyre would be lit. Currently not lit, but the pyre is being built. You see some buildings here, 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 mostly made of wood and straw. You see a larger stone building right here toward this area, and then another one in this area. And then further off, you see what looks like another trail that leads down somewhere else. Then you have smaller, more wood buildings in this area. Markal kind of just goes around in this direction, observing the work being done with his tall friend. And then, from what you can tell, there's maybe about 24 draconic kobolds out here that you can see. Maybe like Valulu can pick out 6 of them that seem to be forced into labor.
Okay.
Also, tall friend, maybe he see through lies. Kill you both right on spot.
So, do I go down there? Go do stuff?
And the sun is
Maybe
also
we try.
getting pretty low.
Maybe we try and sneak in building, steal weapon, and then leave. Maybe subterfuge better than fighting all kobold and magic man.
I would assume, given the chance, slave kobolds, like most non-elf slaves, given the choice, would rise up if they saw the opportunity.
I put my hands on my hips. I'm not making the call. I'm not making the call. It's not gonna be my fault.
Bululu, can you see in the dark?
So, wait. So, we free
No.
kobolds. Kobolds kill everyone else, or help kill. That plan?
We'll go with that as our plan. We will try a diplomatic approach, and if that doesn't work, your maul is going to be very useful.
Diplomat, talk to man, not good. You know what? You want to kill yourself? You go kill yourself. I will go look for a way to free slaves.
How sneaky are you? Because the problem here is this one, and she'll point at Falulu, can't see in the dark.
Very stinky. Great at stink.
And I'm not one for skulking around in the shadows.
I sit on the ground. I ask if anyone has cork.
Cork?
Cork.
I don't know.
Who would carry cork around?
For the drink.
What do you need the cork for?
Something.
Me no use cork.
What is something?
I found something in the book that we can probably use.
They've included would rations have included water skin for us?
No, I think a water skin would be separate, but I assume you'll have a water skin.
Is it going to use up the cork?
I don't know. Doesn't really say.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out one of the potions of minor natural healing and see if the cork on that would fit in my water skin.
No, it would not. It fits that glass.
Oh well,
Like,
never
either
mind.
larger or smaller.
Water skins don't really have a big spout, do they?
No,
Decently sized. Probably like you would maybe use a cork for a water skin.
The the natural healing potions, their cork, air quotes, isn't made of cork. It's more like a leather with it wrapped around wood.
Because yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what? I'm gonna take the cork out of my water skin. take my misery cord, cut it in half, and cut it into another piece. So there's this total of 3. I will use mending on the bigger and smaller half to fix the damage.
I don't think that's how it works.
It unironically is.
It regrows the cork.
It repairs a single break or tear in an object.
Yeah, imagine
As
because
long as the break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage.
repairs the break, which means you had to put it back together. This is the
Why don't you
problem.
have a component pouch?
This is the problem with 5th edition spells.
Oh well, we might be able to find some cork in that thing. Because I wanted to ask, with this magical item list, does it say how to make them, or is it just a list of them?
They do say how to make them.
Because I do have one here called Falron's Emergency Wand. It's just a simple branch. You just need a handle made out of cork, kept in place with a city.
Be right back. 1 second.
Oh, you have to attune to it, though, is the issue. And attuning takes like a full day. I don't think that's going to be a viable option,
Oh yeah.
just because of the attunement period. So, I mean, here's the thing. We only really need to just grapple him once so Barry Soda can touch the sword.
Barry Sada, who's here and can touch the sword, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why we will probably actually be fine.
And Barry Sada touching the sword is going to do what for us? In the grand scheme of all of this.
I don't know. Absorb the sword? And no more sword for him.
Mm.
And then it means we have the ability to show the sword on demand. And then we have testimony from Barry Sada, who'd be able to probably like say, "Yo, G, sword centaur shit, yo. For shizzle 6-7." Yeah, I say we go and we take the normal path into the village.
Yeah, you want to do that? You go do that. Me, I go sneak around.
Oh, wish you luck. If you hear excitement, you know what to do.
All right.
Yeah, take box and run away. So for Lulu, give me bombs.
The box is in Koboldistan. Koboldstanople.
Let's pause it here. We're at our cutoff time,
Yeah.
and you're obviously guys are coming up with plans, and we have a player who is currently unconscious, who you obviously
IRL.
need the help
Who is
or
unironically part of the
input
plan.
off, who is part of the plan somehow. I'm not sure entirely how this plan is came out in your head, but you know what? It's important. So let's put it in pin in this right now. And let's talk about potential experience gains. Shall we?
Yep.
All right.
Lulu gets all the experience from the Harpy Village.
Balulu does indeed get 50 XP on her own for dealing with the harpies. everybody will get 50. Let's see. Anybody do anything that could be deemed as important to the narrative, has saved the party?
Basil's trying to learn a language.
I monologued to the other kobolds and showed them the what's it called?
Yeah, I'll
Sky Serpent.
give that one to Basil.
I would say him trying to learn a
50.
language is also narratively important.
That is narratively important. He's only trying, though, and he kind of got lost in the kobold sauce during the attempt. So,
And I mean, although Barry Sod isn't here, there's teaching them a language as part of it.
when that comes, that comes. Has the cleric or Basil done anything to further their... Or I guess this also goes to Kalulu. I'm thinking in 2E terms, and one of the things in 2E for clerics is anything you've done to further the ethos of your god. And seeing as how one of you has, the crazed Kalulu alchemist as a master, Doth has the Sith as a goddess, and Basil has the Sky Dragon and his own little manifesto ideology jihad he's carrying out against landwalkers.
The only thing I can think of is, being the one that put this, the reason we're even in this position right now is because of her. But that's all in furtherance of the goal of essentially getting travel so we can actually get there on time to do what we need to do.
Yeah, that's just a start. It's not necessarily something that's come to fruition. So, so I don't think Barasada or Erlnea are getting any bonus XP for this, but everyone's going to take home 50, and Valulu and Basil will take an extra 50.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. Would Elnea recognize the spell that Valulu just used? Because it is a drill spell.
That's more of a that's more of a Marshlander thing. That spell. Elnea is Bloodwood / Doth.
They all look the same.
She quite looks the furthest from being the same. Blood was just the least looks the same.
Look, to Valulu, well, knife ears look the same. Even Kala doesn't even look that different. It's Kala.
I'm pretty sure because you were technically once human, you would definitely know the difference between Bloodwood.
Yeah, but he doesn't care.
I'm trying to think, the only spell that... Oh, don't bite me, dumbass cat. I think the only spells you probably recognize, if anything, would be, probably Shadow Ward.
Because that's the thing. He still was human, and he was still under the curse of of humans hating elves.
I think probably, Shadow Orb and Dark Armor and Dark Fire is probably the ones.
Oh, yeah, probably, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If I actually used those, they'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she'd definitely recognize those dark spells. Alright. That's our game for today, guys. Let's see. Are we good for the 18th? Or no, not the 18th. 18th? Yeah, the 18th.
Yeah, it's the 18th.
Yeah, I should be there.
I never got to ask, what are dark points versus spell slots?
If you are a true dark user, you'll have an extra pool of spell points for dark spells specifically.
Oh.
They kind of function like mana.
Does that depend on which type of dark user you are, though?
No, all dark users get dark points as long as they're spellcasters. Oh no, even if they're not spellcasters.
Wait, do I get... Actually, I'm, artificial dark, huh?
Yeah, you're not a true dark user.
How would you even determine like if you're a Fleshcraft or a Lifebinder? Is that like a roll? And then you roll for your type under it?
If you have enough attunement to the dark, you can just roll for it. Say, oh, okay, I want be flesh or I want to be Lifebinder. Realistically,
I mean,
if you
I'm
just narratively want it, you could just have it if you have that much dark. Or if you want to just be a dark character.
what does Lifebinder even do though?
Lifebinder deals more with
Because it's more esoteric in its description.
like
Like she
life
would.
force and soul related stuff, while Fleshcrafter does more um, physical body horror kind of stuff.
Yeah, so like I
Shapeshifting,
would assume she would just be a Lifebinder.
possibly, but she looks human. Hey, I don't think
No, I'm talking Errolnea because she
Ironman.
said she's like definitely over 90. Like she's just 90 base alone before any modifiers.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably something for another time. The
Yeah.
I've only come across one Lifebinder in this campaign so far, and it's only the two of you who've come across a winner. Then every other dark creature you've come across is either just plain old dark or a Fleshcrafter.
Wait, would I know we were doing the thing here, but would Valulu count as a life finder right now?
I mean, you need to be a true character of the dark, creature of the dark. It's probably something that Valulu can take a path down, but that'll require some in-game or in-between game kind of stuff.
As of right now, it's just Valulu the wizard and Kelly the book.
Yeah, Valulu with
There,
your
there is
stolen
there's
valor
no
dark
stolen.
spells.
I think altruistic would be the probably the more in character one.
All right, I am turning this off. We'll play next week. Hopefully, everyone will be here.